that we were already overstretched, under-resourced, and literally under attack, with last year being the deadliest year on record to be a humanitarian worker. But of course, it's far tougher for the people who we serve. 300 million plus right now need humanitarian support. And so the pace and the scale of the funding cuts that we've faced are, of course, a seismic shock to the sector. Many will die because that aid is drying up. And across the humanitarian community, programs are being stopped right now. Staff are being let go right now. I think 10% of NGO colleagues were laid off in the course of February. And across the UN family and our partners, we're making tough choices day to day about which lives we will have to prioritize, which lives we will have to try to save. And so I think this period ahead, the weeks actually ahead, will define how we emerge as a humanitarian movement from this sustained challenge. I'll receive at the end of this week on Friday detailed plans from all of our humanitarian coordinators, so the lead humanitarian official in each of our crisis countries, drawn together by the humanitarian country team across agencies and NGOs, on how they will change their strategies to meet this new challenge. But behind that regrouping, we'll also have to renew what we do as well. We'll have to build fresh arguments, fresh allies for our work. We'll have to find new sources of funding. We'll have to fight back. We'll have to reimagine what we do. And this is an important point, an easy thing to say, much harder to actually deliver. We will have to shift power towards our humanitarian leaders in country and towards the people that we serve, the communities that we work with on the front lines of the humanitarian crisis. So we'll need a humanitarian decade. We'll have to win afresh that argument for humanitarian and international solidarity. And that is a cause which I believe is mightier than year-to-year fluctuations and political changes. We have been reliant in recent years, over-reliant on US funding. Almost half of our appeals have been funded by the American taxpayer. And it's important to recognize that we shouldn't ever take that for granted, particularly in a period of economic difficulty and in a period when many governments are in retreat from the world. I couldn't put a precise number on what the US cuts, the difference that will make. But what I can say is that over years, over decades now, the US has been a humanitarian superpower, and that US funding has saved hundreds of millions of lives. And so I hope that over time we can make the case afresh for why that work is so important, and that we can ensure that that funding is resumed, so we can carry on saving that number of lives.